Well, it's Friday morning here in Genova, and as you can see, I'm a little tired, but it's been an outstanding week. Just yesterday gives you a snapshot of the kind of week we've had with the Impact team here, this team of 19 or so that we've been having in the city, serving alongside the local church. Started over breakfast, a bit of an impromptu small group with 4 or 5 of them praying, sharing Bible verses in this cafe. Yesterday morning, I've been here so often now that the lady behind the bar knows my breakfast order, which is rather scary. We got to the church building that we're borrowing from the local Reconciliazione church for about 11:30, and just as we've done each morning, spent some time worshipping together. A really powerful time of worship yesterday, a very strong sense of God's presence, many tears, many people really open and broken before the Lord. Then it was fantastic to have our dear friends Antonio and Valeria and their kids with us. They come down from Cuneo to be with us. Not only did we get to pray with them, but they shared very honestly their stories of the pressures of church planting, but also with real humility and faith. I think it was an eye-opener for the guys on the team, and a massive encouragement for some of the believers from the local church here in Italy, and some of those amongst us who have a call to serve in Italy, either from the UK or even those that are carrying a sense of call to come and be in Italy. Really, really helpful. After that, we went into the city centre to Porto Antico. By now it's about 3 o'clock. Took a guitar with us, found a shady spot down by the port where people were gathered out of the heat of the day, and we just sang some songs, sang some worship songs, got some people's attention, and then went chatting with people. Larissa, one of the young ladies, was fab. She saw a lady walk past about whom she'd had a word of knowledge as we'd been praying earlier in the day at the church, so she grabbed me. We went and walked with her for a while, and in the sort of 200 metres we walked with this lady, Claudia. She went from being suspicious of us, understandably, to the point where she was opening up about depression and fear of death, and so we were able to pray with her. The end of our 200-metre stretch ended with her covering us in kisses and thanking us and saying she'll see us at church on Sunday. It's just one story of many that afternoon. Some of the team went back to help the worship team with their rehearsal, and then we met up later to eat at the church with many people from the church. By the time we got back to the hotel, about 10 p.m, the team wanted to go out into the city again, so we found a big piazza di Ferrari, where there were hundreds of young people hanging around. Again, in that hour, I think between kind of 10:30 and 11:30 midnight, we must have talked with scores of people about the gospel and prayed with many. Just one story from our little group. We met a group of kids who were skating, skateboards, South Americans. So after faltering in Italian, Esther from Eastbourne, who was with us, spoke about what we were doing in Spanish, and the ringleader, a guy called Brian, believe it or not, had real pain down his right side from a fall. So we prayed with him, and him and his mates who were with him were all looking at one another and laughing as we prayed. But then he looked up and said, I feel the pain reducing. So we asked if we could pray again, and this occasion he said yes, and he closed his eyes, he bowed his head, and his friends all just stood very still this time and stared as we prayed and asked Jesus to take the pain away and show himself to Brian and his friends. When we finished, Brian said the pain's gone down even more, and we left them at that point. They had to go for their bus with an invite again to come on Sunday. That is really just one of many, many stories. The team have been outstanding and courageous, and I think it's helped us and also the local church as we've engaged with the gospel in this way. So we've got another really full day of it today, and I know this is a long video now, but we just wanted to give you a little taste. We'll get some stories out there, and there are people on the team far more skilled than I at doing that. Please keep praying for us as we head into an action-packed weekend, for many more encounters, many more miracles, and for much grace on the team and on me and Chris as the old boys that are trying to keep up with their pace. Thanks for listening. Ciao.